down for you in the middle of my pain. I reach down farther, calling out your name. Always I'm searching for a long-lost piece of heart. I sought and found you, like a fire in the deepest parts. I will hold on to you, no matter what comes. I will hold on to you, no matter what comes. No night can last forever, no storm will tear us apart. I will hold on to you, no matter what comes. High on the mountain, blinded by the rain, so tired of climbing, heavy with the blame. I heard a voice speaking out my name. Lay it all down, lay it all down, everything. I will hold on to you, no matter what comes. I will hold on to you, no matter what comes. No night can last forever, no storm will tear us apart. I will hold on to you, no matter what comes. I will hold on to you, no matter what comes. I will hold on to you, no matter what comes. No night can last forever, no storm will tear us apart. I will hold on to you, no matter what comes.
Close your eyes and connect to your heart center. Breathe deeply and connect to your source. The sun is shining and the grass has been freshly cut. All around you are flowers, lilacs in the shades of purple and fuchsia pink, and a garden of thousands of roses, of all colours. Breathe in the beautiful scent of the freshly cut grass and flowers. This experience fills you with joy. You are in the Garden of Heaven. You hear the sound of the trickling stream. Its flow is perfect. It is so enchanting. You look ahead of you and you see a person sitting on a wooden bench, enjoying the sun. You catch each other's gaze and you move closer to them. You don't physically recognize them, but you know their soul. They invite you to sit on the bench, on the space beside them. You sit down and it feels peaceful. They are so familiar to you. You smile at each other and they invite you to hold their hand. You put your hand in theirs. You realize that they are your twin flame. And you are actually holding God's hand. This being eternally channels through you. Stay forever connected to this feeling. Now reconnect to your external surroundings. And ground in this feeling. When you're ready, open your eyes. Namaste.
Hello, we're Adam and Brianne. We will be doing the card reading for today's Sunday service. And we have the magical messages from the fairies with Doreen Virtue made those. Yeah, it's cute.
All right. So the first card for today is Connect with Nature. You're rejuvenated and inspired by spending time outdoors.
Yeah, it's good. Like, I feel like, with the fairies, they're a part of nature in a sense, like very natural part of that. But like just going on walks, just having some fresh air, it moves around the energy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I find just spending time outdoors is very therapeutic, like going on walks, especially being near a body of water or walking around in the forest. I just feel like really connected with God in that space. We're always connected with God, but it's just like a deeper sense of oneness with all of God's creations, right? You get to see the plants and the flowers and the trees and the birds and yeah, just all of nature. And it's a good way to ground, right? If you're needing to ground, you can walk around, maybe take your shoes off if it's warm where you live, and walk around barefoot and just feel the grass beneath your feet and in between your toes. Just feels really good, grounding energy.
Yeah, and it feels so good just kind of like looking at what God created, butterflies or, just flowers or plants. Just, yeah, it takes you like deeper into the present moment as well. Yeah.
Yeah, that reminds me, we have some neighbors that have these really tall sunflowers. I mean, they've probably been growing them for years now. But I always like whenever we go on a walk, I like to walk past their house and just admire those sunflowers. They're gorgeous. Yeah, just admiring God's creations, and that's for you too, admiring yourself and choosing to see your own beauty and the creation that you are. All right, the next card we have is Pregnancy. The birth of a child brings great blessings to you and the world.
New beginnings.
Yeah.
Birthing something new.
Yeah.
New ideas. Yeah, or maybe a baby. Who knows?
Could be a baby too. Yeah, we're always in those stages or those cycles of kind of like the universe is an inhale and an exhale, and we're always in that. Yeah, just going through a new cycle. There's always new cycles to be moved through. And in those cycles, there's new beginnings, new things are birthed, changes occur. And those changes always feel really good. It's like bringing forth new life. And that's what it means to be in the flow of love and be with God in every moment of every day. Yeah. So, what new changes are occurring in your life, or what new changes do you feel are on the horizon? And just allow yourself to surrender into that and enjoy your journey.
Yeah, it's either like taking an action step with something you've been that's been like being made for a while, right? Like cultivated in a sense, or listening closely to what God has to say. What is the next step, right?
Yeah, definitely.
It's very fruitful. Yeah.
All right, and the last card we have today is Everything's Okay. Don't worry, it's all working out in a beautiful way. There you go.
Yeah, you're on the right path.
Yeah,
everything's okay. Just relax.
Yeah, whatever you're going through right now, whatever you're moving through, whatever you're healing in your reality, whatever challenge is being presented to you, know that everything's okay. It's for your soul's growth. There's purpose in that. Nothing is by coincidence. Everything is on time and everything is on purpose. So know that whatever's going on in your reality, you're doing fine. Just keep going. Everything is okay. You got this.
You got this.
Yeah.
Good
Yeah, and
message.
also I see too, like her heart is illuminated, her heart chakra. So it's just remembering to be present with your heart, whatever you're moving through, just being with God.
Yeah, I feel like this like is a the other card, pregnancy, right? Like
Yeah.
that's a transformation in itself. And then you have the butterflies and this card here. It's like a lot of transformation, like the healing is working.
Yeah.
So trust your healing.
There you go. Trust your healing. Yeah, it's a good choice to make. All right. So that is it for today's card reading. We hope you enjoy the rest of the Sunday service. Namaste.
Hi everyone, I'm Jose.
And I'm Michaela, and today we're here to introduce you to this week's sermon on divine purpose and divine service by Danny and Christina. So yeah, we're really looking forward to this sermon. It's a great sermon, and like you're gonna hear a lot of life purpose principles that we're taught, but like expanded upon in the lives of a student, Danny and Christina. So that's something that's very unique about this sermon is it's their own experience in applying the teachings to their lives and how how they're learning and growing and blossoming from that.
Yeah, it is a very beautiful sermon because it shows you the depth of each lesson in life purpose, because there is a lot to explore, a lot to go deeper into service, into all the lessons that Dan and Christina are going to speak about. And what I love about this sermon is that they share their personal experience by committing to the work, by going deeper into service, the healing that they are doing regarding it, and a lot of little nuggets of knowledge.
Yeah, I found this sermon to be like very healing and also motivating at the same time, because something that they talk about in this sermon is, well, I won't give too much away, but it's like how to live your life purpose and never stop, basically, never feel burned out. And that's something that the whole community is working on, is like how to serve properly, not burn yourself out, or not be lazy, or whatever it is that we work on in life purpose. But yeah, I find that really healing. This sermon is perfect for you if that's something that you're working on, is how to give your gift and live your purpose and serve
in a balanced way.
Yeah, in a balanced way that feels good to you and that gives to you, that doesn't drain you. So yeah. Any other words of introduction?
No, I think we can move on to Danny and Christina.
We'll let Danny and Christina share their beautiful message about service and divine service with you, and we hope you enjoy.
Hi, my name is Danny.
My name is Christina.
And we are twin flames in harmonious union and your ministers today for today's Sunday service.
Yeah, so please join us with our opening Oms in your heart or out loud, followed by our opening prayer. In our opening prayer. I am the only child of God, forever part of Him. I am created by Him in perfection, and there I always remain. My mind is my sanctuary, where I keep His holy creation sacred. I will only allow in His voice. I will only accept His word.
Today, I will hear the word of God. I surrender myself to His teachings through His divine channel. I will honor what He has spoken and accept it as His will. I will be obedient to His word, for this is my salvation. In Christ's name, Om, Amen.
Cool. So today we wanted to talk to you about service, divine service. And yeah, we've really just been healing our relationship with service, and we wanted to share that with you. And so while I was preparing for this sermon, pulled a card from the Whispers of Love deck, and it was the Union of Hearts, and it says, a love connection defies explanation. And the last sentence of the book said, reflect on the role love plays in your world. And yeah, I started thinking about our life and our life purpose, and I really noticed how divine and loving it was, and how different it is from the experience that we've had in the world with past working experiences, and also shifting from work and shifting from work to service, seeing as everything as service, really changes like the energy in which you like approach your life purpose.
Mhm.
And so, yeah, I kind of wanted to start by going over like what the main difference has been in serving in life purpose versus the world. And the main difference has been that serving your life purpose it's like a flow, and it supports you and loves you back. And in the world, you give your love, but you're not really supported, and you're left feeling like taken from. And it creates like this retirement energy.
Mhm.
And we can go into this retirement energy that we've really been moving through, and I think we've been healing as a community.
Mhm.
And the retirement energy is when you're giving and you're giving and you're giving, but when you're giving, you're also taking from yourself, and so you're left like kind of like depleted of energy, and you burn out. And so you do your work, you give, then you feel taken from, and you're burnt out, and you kind of like veg out a bit. Like you just take a step back, and you're like, okay, like I'm done now, and I'm just gonna do whatever I want. And it's kind of necessary to do that in the world, because it's not sustainable to like constantly take from yourself, you know?
Yeah, it's like the way to stay balanced, but you're not actually like building anything.
Right? It's not like true balance.
Right. Like it's an artificial balance, but it's like what's necessary to keep going.
Right.
And we are really choosing to release that relationship as a community and really moving into true service. And true service is where like your life purpose and your service and your life, like just living your life, is one thing. It's one cohesive thing. It's one harmonious dance with God and with yourself and with everyone that you're serving.
Yeah, like in the world, it's like you have like your job, and then you have everything else, like your personal life, your hobbies. But like with your life purpose, it's all one. So like it's like your lifestyle. And so you don't have to step back, because, well, actually, like you can't, because then you just be like stepping back from your life, and then
Right.
that would not be fun for anybody.
Yeah, so like when you're living 100% on life purpose, like your life and your service and your life purpose is all one thing. So like if you choose to retire from that, you're choosing to basically abandon your life for a little while and to like completely step out of being present with yourself and your life. And it's just not helpful, and it doesn't actually feel good. It's an energy leak. It drains your energy, because like when you're in a harmonious relationship with your life purpose and you're like fully living on purpose, like you have a natural energy to do what you are doing, because your life purpose is what you were created to do. And so what you were created to do comes naturally to you, even if we have to move through challenges and resistance and upsets, which we do all the time, especially on purpose, right? But that's just a part of the process. It's not because you're not meant to do what you're doing, because you are meant to do what you are doing.
Yeah, and like your life purpose, I don't remember if I said this, but like your life purpose is a flow. And so like, did I say that already?
You did, but I mean,
Okay,
it is
well,
important.
I have an example that I want to share. So the way that I think about this is like you're taking care of a dog, okay? Your job is to take care of a dog, and with the dog, it's like a flow, right? Like you take them outside to do their business, you feed them, give them water, you brush their hair, then you'll take them down for a nap later, and then you'll take them outside to do their thing again. And it's like a constant flow. There's no point where like you feed them and you're like, see ya, like see you tomorrow. Like he can't feed himself. They can't like take themselves out. Like it's a flow, and it's kind of like it's a process that unfolds. So like that's the way I think about it. Like there's no way to like retire taking care of an animal, or like even like if you have like a child, you can think of it like that way too, like with anything really that you're responsible for. And the reason that it's a flow is not only because it's one, like we said, but also because it doesn't take from you. Your life purpose loves you back. It's a reciprocal relationship. Whatever you give to God in service, you receive in return. And giving in general gives back to you, because when you're living your life purpose, you genuinely enjoy what you're doing. Like you wouldn't want to be doing anything else. It's like your hobby is your service. So it's like, what else would you be doing, right? Unless like you're going for a walk, but like whatever. That's part of your life purpose. Like there's no separation. And so, yeah, another point that I wanted to touch upon was how living your life purpose is a very partnered relationship with God. And it's about being surrendered to God and just doing what God guides you to do, and realizing that God is always in control and you're never doing anything alone. And this is another big pattern that I've been transcending, is like the pattern from past work experiences where you think that you're doing something on your own. And so that gives you like a lot of anxiety and like stress and pressure, because it's like, oh, if I don't figure this out, like I'm fired. But like with your life purpose, you're working for God. And so God is constantly partnering with you and working with you, and he's in charge. And so all you're ever responsible for is taking the step that's in front of you. And if there's a block or an upset, loving yourself and just following that process. And yeah, because you're depending on God, there's no reason to feel stressed or anxious, because he has it handled. Like he's leading the way. You're not on your own. You're kind of like depending on him. And so I've found that that's helped me a lot with work, like realizing that it's not healthy to put all of that pressure on your shoulders. It's about claiming God as your source and releasing control.
Yeah. And I mean, we can also bring up priorities too, because having God, your relationship with God be the priority, and your relationship with yourself be the main priority, is extremely important when you're living a life purpose where you're serving a lot, you're giving a lot, because something that we've been really like learning from and transcending is this, what the world does is the world prioritizes life purpose or career
Right.
in order to create their foundation to live their life.
Yeah, like at the detriment of yourself.
Right, exactly. So they
Yeah.
take from themselves, they don't put themselves
They
first.
don't eat breakfast.
Yeah, they definitely don't put God first. All their focus is on their life purpose, and they see their life purpose as their source because it's their source of money. But that's not the correct way to see it. And so we've been really transcending this and in this pattern of putting our life purpose first. And then like if something were to come up in our relationship or like an upset with God, we would deal with that. And then we'd go right back into prioritizing life purpose. And it'd be like a pattern that we've been in. But we are learning now that like it's not helpful. Like it's not good to be.
Yeah.
It doesn't
It's not
feel good.
sustainable.
It's not sustainable. And like it's incredibly important to understand and know that God is leading your life, and you're not leading your life purpose journey. Like God is leading your life purpose journey, and if you're not partnering with him or prioritizing him, you won't exactly know what to do and when to do it to build your life purpose, and especially to expand, because one of the great joys of living your life purpose is expanding, right? Expanding feels really, really great. And
if you're peaceful and not expanding the bad feeling.
Right. Yeah.
Which is what would happen.
Right. Exactly. So yeah, we've been really learning that lesson, and me especially have been learning a lot about taking care of myself properly, and putting myself first, like really giving to myself in new ways and deepening my relationship with my self-care and giving to myself and loving myself and connecting with God in that way. And all of that is incredibly important. I used to think that that was selfish and backwards, but I don't anymore, because I see how important it is to do that. Because you can't give in a really big way. Like you cannot continue expanding, loving and giving if you don't expand that love and giving to yourself first.
Yeah, like Jason and Chrissy's last sermon touches on this really well, on like divine health. And yeah, like supporting yourself with everything that you need with your sleep. Like I like Chrissy's example. She said like, or maybe she said this in the class, I don't remember, but she said like get like special sheets if you want, if that gives to you. There's like small details like that can really give to you. But yeah, continue.
I mean, that's all I really wanted to say was that it's just been very helpful to learn that.
Yeah, and that brings us to a quote that I wanted to share that touches on prioritizing your relationship with God. So actually I have two. Which one do I want to share first? Okay, I'm going to share this one first. This is from Twin Flame Ascension School. You're laughing at me.
No.
Wednesday, 1 p.m., class 55. And it's, if you don't honor God first, you are miserable. Honor God first by honoring your feelings and connecting with how you feel, thereby connecting with God. That is the gateway. That is the pathway to God. And then I guess I'll share the second one now because I really like it. So this one is also Wednesday, 1 p.m., 57. Jeff says, well, Jeff and Shaleia, they said, all we did was stop struggling. Let it all go. I choose to be with God and allow that to be your primary relationship. And then you open the pathway for your twin flame. Release control over your twin flame union or life purpose and focus upon your primary relationship, God. And yeah, I think it's really just about continuing to focus on God and prioritizing, first God, then you, then your twin flame, then your life purpose, and then everything else. And yeah, even though God is in your life purpose and it's an aspect of your relationship with God, it doesn't mean to put the life purpose first.
Right.
What I've been learning.
Yeah.
So yeah, like it's true, like when we don't honor our feelings and not honoring the good, how we feel and the good feeling, then we are not feeling so good. And that's why it's important to honor your feelings so that your life purpose feels joyful and light to you, because it's supposed to be fun.
Right. And also, when you don't have your priorities straight and you prioritize your life purpose, it will become miserable and it will become heavy, and you'll want to retire from it regularly because you're not properly giving to yourself when, because you prioritized giving to yourself everything that you need.
Yeah.
You won't have to retire from anything. So you'll be feeling great all the time.
Yeah.
So, and this is a very I feel like basic spiritual principle that Jeff and Shaleia teach, but it's a very deep one. And I feel like we continue to go deeper into this.
Yeah, like the priority of about the order of operations.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. That. And just deepening. I feel like because it's eternal lessons, it's eternal learning. We're always going to be expanding and deepening and learning. And and especially with, the big healing that's been going on in the community lately has been around service and serving and healing a relationship with serving and work and all that. It just feels really good to expand that here. And it really involves serving yourself, loving yourself.
Amen.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I guess the main point here is that serving God and your life purpose is a loving experience, and it may bring up past hurts with work, but the truth is that you're surrounded by love when you're working for God or serving God.
Yeah.
God serves you too when you serve him, and you're fully supported and given to in return so that your relationship with God is balanced and reciprocated, and having a healthy relationship with yourself, with your self-care, and prioritize yourself. It's safe to prioritize yourself. And
there's no compartmentalizing anymore, like in the world, it's like I have my work life and then I have my life.
Right.
But when you're living 100% on purpose, it's all one thing. So you can't escape your life purpose and then focus on your life. It's it's all one thing.
Yeah.
Or it's escape your life purpose and focus on yourself. It's all one thing. And so it's definitely a different experience than living in the world, but it's so much better because you can live your life in a peaceful and joyful way.
Right.
And just serve and all that.
Just a really big lesson, knowing that there's a purpose behind everything that you do. Going for a walk is not separate from your life purpose because it supports you in doing your life purpose, or eating ice cream. It's just, it gives a lot of purpose to your life. Every single thing that you do matters and starts to compound on itself and build and cultivate and expand. And so
because you develop this balance in serving, right? So you're serving to a certain degree, and you have to balance your self-care and your self-love and giving to yourself so you can give. And as you expand in giving to yourself, and all of these little things that Christine was talking about, everything that you do is for a purpose. So your whole life becomes purposeful. Every single thing that you do, like what you said, like going for a walk
Mhm.
gives to you. And so you receive energy from that and it fills you up to give more. And so, like, I think that's why we have a schedule. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
What?
because like when we have like a schedule, we can add all of these things into our schedule of like, okay, we're going to do this and we're going to do that. And like the organization is really important, I feel. That's what I was, that's what I was saying. It's just every little thing has a purpose. But yeah.
Cool.
Is there anything else that you feel like you want to say?
I'll check my notes real fast because well, I guess what I'll say before we close our sermon is reflect on the love that plays in your world and in your life purpose journey. And see what God has there for you, because that took me on a wonderful journey. So cool. Well,
Sounds good.
please join us for our closing prayer and our closing oaths. Father, I accept your word into my heart. I will honor your will in my life and will follow you without hesitation anywhere you ask. I know you guide me into your heart where I belong. I accept that you are everywhere and your teaching is in all things.
God, I know you provide me clarity in this teaching of union, that I may be forever in union with you. I accept that you are in me as you are in my brother. I will not deny my brother your word and will share your teaching with him in any way you ask and only as you ask. For when I share my salvation with him, I fully claim my salvation and return to you with them. In Christ's name, Amen.
Speaking this prayer in your heart means you have accepted that you are on the path of awakening to your true divine nature. This is what it means to be a unionist. Follow the teachings of union with God wherever you find them and purify your consciousness into perfect union with your Creator. And please join us for our closing oath.
Thank you very much.
Namaste.
Thank you very much. Namaste.
Welcome back. That was a beautiful sermon. We really enjoyed it. I want to share one of my favorite takeaways for this from this sermon, and I relate a lot to a lot of lessons that they are going through, and it's something that once you start living your life purpose, it's very important. Like for example, self-care, because I know that I don't know, at least in my past, no one has ever taught me about it, and Danny is saying how important it is to really balance and to really be able to give to others and to really give properly. So that was a very nice reminder and lesson.
Yeah, and I loved how they really kind of like laid out what retirement consciousness is, and that it's basically you're just checking out, because you've taken from yourself so much by working to make money that you burn yourself out. And that's like, you heal that through learning true service to God and through living your life purpose, where like your work actually gives to you. It fills you with life force, it inspires you, it motivates you, and your whole life is your purpose. Like Christina even said, when you're eating an ice cream cone and that's, you know, aligned with your purpose, like it will give so much to you. Like everything is purposeful, from like the type of sheets you have, you know, to help you sleep, to the food that you eat, to your routine. And Danny even mentioned like this is why we have a schedule.
Yeah.
Is so, you know, you're always giving back to yourself. You know, you're never like taking from yourself to live your purpose. You're always receiving and giving. You know, it's all one. That's how you create like a real true abundance. So, yeah.
Yeah. So that was it for me.
Yeah, I mean, it was a wonderful sermon. I feel both motivated and also relaxed and like healed, you know, about it. So yeah, it was a beautiful sermon. And if you enjoyed this sermon, you can check out unionism.org to see all of our, you know, past sermons, card readings. You can donate and tithe to the Church of Union, and see just nice stuff.
Yeah, and also you can like and subscribe to the Church of Union YouTube channel, so you don't miss all the content, all the future sermons that are here. So remember to do that too.
And after all of our Sunday services, we do after church tea time in the Unionism Spiritual Discussion Facebook group. And this is where members of our community who watched our Sunday services get together and just discuss it and kind of go deeper in the topic. It's always really fun. So you can find us there immediately after the this sermon, after this video. Yeah. So we'll see you there, and we'll see you next time.
See you. Bye.
Bye.